Okay. So bottom of the deck is where you are now. Brand new. Brand new. Okay. What's in your future? What's on your mind? Your career and achievements. Your influences. The base of this matter. And the unexpected or the surprise. Okay. So we see a lot of communication here with the sword. Swords is all about communication, cerebral energy, using your head, legalities. It's all of those things. And we see people in, there's 2 court cards here. So I'm going to go straight into the reading, and it's where you are now is Ace. Aces are new opportunities, new beginnings. And this is a new beginning that is inspiring. You are maybe there's birth, because Rod's fire is about birth, about a new relationship. It deals with passion, it's creative energy, it's achievements, careers, projects. It's fire. Fire burns through it all. But it's something that is good, or that humans reach for. So where you are now is you feel like you have this whole new opportunity of absolutely everything fantastic and growing, because we have Jupiter there. Bringing expansion, it's benevolent, but Jupiter also has a negative side of exaggeration. So you have to be aware of both of those, but there is this absolute new opportunity that is benevolent or exaggerated to the human nature. That is where you are now, reaching up to the heavens and getting this absolute blessing coming through. So it could, remember, it's a general reading. It could be a new career. It could be a new offer, a new project, a new baby, a new relationship, because it's passion as well, a new health that you find out wherever you find yourself. What's in your future is the Page of Swords. Now, this is a messenger. It could be somebody that brings a message, or you could be delivering message, or it could be, like I say, somebody, or you're waiting for it, because it is what's in your future. But there's a message that's going to come through. We have the sword with Mercury. The sword has Mercury on it, which is about communication. But he holds a sword very carelessly, just with like 2 little fingers. Meaning that the message is going to come through, you need to check it. All the details aren't the way they should be. He's also known as the spy. You could be spying on somebody could be spying on you, and you get the information, because he's also the gossip. There'll always be something tacked onto it, something that's not real, something that's added. Because there is choices here, we see 2 columns, and the choices are to make your choice in truth. It is blue. About the information, check it. It isn't the way it seems to be. He's very careless about the information, or you might be careless about the information you give out. It is in your future. It is a card warning you, especially with Mercury retrograde. What you say might not come through the way it was intended, or might not be received the way you wanted it to come through as well. If it is somebody in your life, the swords would be somebody that is an air sign, and I don't believe it. I just believe it's information coming through with Mercury as a possibility, and that it might not be correct, okay? Or that you giving information that might not be the way it should be. Be aware of that. Okay, then we move on to you have 2 major arcanas here. The Chariot, the astrological signs for these cards would be Cancer, it might mean something to you, and Pisces, and then might not, if it is. Those are astrological signs. But the meaning of the card 7, major arcana 7 is about a decision as well, and we have this message here. This card lies in what is on your mind. So possibly you need to make a decision as well with the 7. But this is the card of absolute victory as well. We see this woman willing And we see Mercury there as well. I see the wings of Mercury there as well. Having absolute victory, willing with her mind, by diligence, by perseverance. She wills these two sphinxes that aren't tethered there to go in the direction that she wants, although they completely opposite. It's gold and silver, yin and yang, black and white, yes and no. She wills them to go in one direction. So a choice is made with absolute clarity to get her chariot to move, to get her desires to move. She wills it and has the victory in it, because we see this chariot being pulled out of the muddy mire where it was stuck. So if you felt stuck, there is this movement. It also can relate to a vehicle as well, possibly getting a vehicle, because it is what is on your mind. Vehicles come into it because we see the wheels and the forward movement as well. And she's sitting on a gold throne here, so there's absolute value in this card as well. And we move on to the next one. What is on your mind? Okay. Sorry, that was what is on your mind. This is your career and your achievements. So it is card number 9, 9 of Wands. So this is the card of the wounded warrior, feeling absolutely exhausted. You've been fighting the good fight, maybe in your career and with your achievements, with a lot of passion. Yeah, we see him on his knees, exhausted. He's defended himself with a lot of passion. The red. He's even had to protect his head, his integrity as well. And he's leaning on this last rod here, wand, getting his last reserves to come out to fight off the poison ivy, all the opposition that has come through to him. The opposition is in the back now, it's not in front of him. He has one last opposition, one last task. It's like the runner at the 100 meters and that last 20 meters to get over that line to have the victory, but you will have the victory as well. Because you've stood up for yourself, you've defended it. So in your career and achievements, you've really run the gauntlet. You're feeling pretty battered and bruised and exhausted. You have one more obstacle, but you will get over it. You will have victory, and it is coming to an end. It is a 9. We see the abundance around it with the green as well. And it looks like a little rock wall here to get over, and then you're over the last hurdle. We move on to your next card, which is your influences in all of this. And we have the 5 of Swords. Now, the influence of the 5 of Swords is that maybe you possibly could be taking the glory for yourself that is somebody else's. We see these people in the background. Where they were in the fight and you come in, running, feel they exhausted, they've been in the good fight, and you pick up the swords, running at the last moment, hold it up and get all the glory for it, but you weren't in the fight. So that could be a possibility as well, that your influence in all of this, because it's under this page as well, is that you are taking the glory, or somebody else is taking your glory for what you have done, because these cards can go both ways. 5s is always about a challenge, and it is something to do with communication, with careers, with legalities. We see swords again, it's cerebral energy, with the truth being spoken as well. And here we have Mercury on all these swords. That it has Mercury. It has to do with miscommunication or not communicating correctly, and it is a challenge. And it is under careers, opportunities, something for man as well. We move on to the next card, which is a court card. So this could be somebody in your midst as well. If it is somebody, Queens are mature energies. This is the base or the foundation of your matter. So this could be your energy as well, because it's your foundation. Or it could be somebody. If it is somebody, it would be an air sign. Air signs are Aquarius, Libra and Gemini. And we see this woman here, so it's a feminine energy, which is nurturing energy. it can be a male or a female, but when it comes up, it means that she's also ready to defend. She has a sword up. She's ready to defend, or he is ready to defend the base of this matter, which seems to be something about communication. And we see her holding the sword with her hand carelessly, but actually grasping the blade with her hand. So in other words, she's ready to bleed for this. She's ready to bleed for what she believes in and defend it with a lot of truth and integrity. She gives information. She wants the truth, and she's ready to bleed for the truth. She wants the truth, and this is a lot about the truth coming out here. She wants integrity. She wants logic, reasoning. It could be a legal situation where you have a lawyer, because this would deal with legalities as well. We see the light. You want illumination on the subject, the clarity, truth. We see the light, we see the truth, the blue, and we have the sword, which is the information that comes through. She has a gold crown on her head, so it's with absolute clarity, pure truth. There's no emotion in this. She doesn't want to even deal with emotion, also known as being ruthless. As I keep saying she, because it is a queen here, but it can be a male as well, defending the truth and ready to bleed for whatever it is, because you've invested in it in a very mature way. And then we have your last card, which is the moon. Another major arcana card, and it's card number 18. 18 adds up to 9, which is the end of a cycle as well. And we have 2 9s here. So something is coming to an end here. And the moon is in the situation of the unexpected or the surprise. So there is something that wasn't clear here, because the moon is always about secrets and something that's not visible to you now. And facing your fears, we see this little crab coming out of the depths of emotions. Facing his fears, he's going to walk through between these 2 wolves or jackals here to go and make a choice or a decision on the other side. Because the moon only illuminates. It's not like the sun that puts a spotlight on things. The moon only illuminates where the light falls. And you will get the clarity of what is hidden here. And because you're going to face the fears. And this is unexpected for you, that this comes through as well. Whatever is hidden. And facing that fear, it's unexpected and surprising. So the moon card also is a card that says pay attention to your intuition, maybe your dreams as well. You might get a message in your dreams that will bring clarity as well. So, and you, of what choice to make as well. And as I say, the ending of a cycle. So there is definitely something to do with communication, movement, your will, being at the end of a cycle and facing the fears, being ready to go for it. And defending yourself, or maybe facing the honesty of possibly you taking someone else's glory when they were in the fray of everything. But we have this horse here as well that came through. So Capricorn, I'm going to cut this short now as my time is restricted, and please let me know how this resonates for you. And thank you so much again for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you.